Something is moving outside the shell. Push, and light cracks through. You are 8 inches tall. Claws looking down at you are longer than your whole body, curved for precision, not power. 5 prehistoric apex predators share one ecosystem. 1,000 days of survival begin now. You are a megaraptor, your mother's colony. Day 1 starts. Your mother is Ridge. Her presence means safety. Those massive claws form the barrier between you and everything that wants you dead. Behind her, a Carnotaurus tests the perimeter. Ridge does not chase. She simply stands taller, claws visible, till the intruder slips away. Apex predators hold ground. They do not waste energy pursuing. You have 5 siblings. You learn them by behavior. Cinder, the curious explorer. Talon, the reckless bold one. Dust, the aggressive fighter. Cole, his constant shadow. And Ash, the careful watcher. You observe differently, quietly mapping patterns while they stumble through lessons. The dense forest is your school. Ridge teaches without words. She stays under the canopy. Her light falls in blades, and the ground offers both cover and ambush lanes. She never enters the bright floodplain. When prey drifts near the tree line, she lets it go. She hunts where her claws matter most, in shadow. Your own claws grow too fast for your body, oversized weapons waiting for size to catch up. Weeks in, curiosity pulls you to a canopy gap. Across the floodplain moves a mountain, an adult Tyrannosaurus Rex. Your 10-meter mother suddenly looks small. Lesson learned. Stay inside the forest. Cinder finds the river in the 3rd week. She returns wet and proud the first time. On the 3rd visit, you watch from the brush as she wades toward deeper water. The surface explodes. Spinosaurus surges up, jaws longer than Ridge's claws, and takes her silently. The river closes over her. 5 siblings remain. Positions herself between you and the water until you understand. Avoid it. Juvenile T.Rex appear a month later for of them. Your size, hunting, and perfect coordination. They bring down an ornithopod at the forest edge with terrifying teamwork. Dust charges them. He and Cole return wounded. Talon interprets the scars as proof that boldness wins. He tests the edge. You follow, pulled by Ridge's example. 20 meters into open ground, the juveniles strike. Talon is bitten. You barely escape with a graze. Ridge explodes from the trees and drives them off. Talon's wounds heal into scars, but he learns nothing. He grows only more determined to be bolder. 2 months in, a subadult Giganotosaurus blunders into Ridge's clearing. 11 seconds of violence. End with her claws in its throat. It dies in the forest where sightlines and trees favor her. You watch from shadow and feel your future taking shape. The dry season closes like a fist. Streams shrink. Prey clusters near remaining water. Ash, desperate, approaches the wrong stream. The Spinosaurus claims her as it claimed Cinder. By day 100, only you, Talon, and Ridge remain. Giganotosaurus now push through territories unchallenged. Adult T-Rex patrol edges. Water becomes the only thing that matters. Ridge kills a Hydrosaur deep in her domain, but the blood scent draws a larger Giganotosaurus. She fights as always, going for the throat, but this opponent is bigger and prepared. It tears her shoulder before taking the kill and leaving. The wound festers. Infection spreads. Within weeks, Ridge can barely move. You and Talon bring what meat you can, but it is never enough. She stops eating. Is too strong to die quickly, too damaged to survive. She burns from inside and dies. In the territory she once ruled, the forest reclaims her quickly. You try to inherit her role. You patrol her borders and drive off intruders with your Namator claws. For a few days, it feels like yours. Then a subadult T-Rex enters. You stand your ground as Ridge taught you. Your claws score its flank, but it is faster, heavier, and the forest no longer protects you the same way. You escape only because it refuses to follow. Into the thickest interior, luck, not dominance. You abandon Ridge's territory. Talon stays, still chasing the old pattern. Deeper in the forest where light barely reaches, prey is scarce, you encounter Ember. She has been pushed here by the same pressures. Neither attacks. Slowly you share space without fighting. You hunt the same areas, covering different angles. Midday hunts fail. T-Rex detect you instantly, but Ember moves at dawn and dusk. When the world is gray and the giants are not yet fully active, You copy her. In the dim margins, your precision claws become lethal. The prey never sees you coming. The new pattern locks in. Live in the gaps the apex predators ignore. Carnotaurus vanish around the 5-month mark. They hunted the same scrub edges as juvenile T.Rex, but alone, while the Rex hunted in packs. No dramatic battle, just a slow squeeze, until the ecosystem stopped needing them. You survived because you found a different answer. Talon reappears at 6 months, thin and scarred, driven from every territory he tried to hold. You and Ember show him the dawn and dusk hunts, the interior routes where size matters less than stealth. He watches, tries once, then returns to midday clearings, exactly as Ridge did. Old habits prove stronger than survival. On the 5th consecutive day, an adult T-Rex waits in the tree line, patiently learning his schedule. Talon never returns. You later find crushed bones, marrow extracted, nothing wasted. He died doing exactly what his mother taught him. The pattern that killed Ridge finally claimed him too. You and Ember carve a life in the deep interior. The territory is smaller, darker, poorer in prey, but no larger hunter wants it. Ember lays 11 eggs in a root hollow beneath a fallen giant. 7 hatch. You hunt for both of you at the edges of daylight. When a juvenile Giganotosaurus drifts near, drawn by faint nest scent, you fight in terrain you now own. Your claws find the gaps between its ribs before it understands the threat. It flees bleeding and does not return. The 7 hatchlings emerge curious and fearless. You name them by behavior: the loud one, the watcher, the climber, the biter, and 3 still finding themselves. You teach without words. When the loud one heads toward water, you intercept, and the lesson sinks in. The climber learns the lower canopy offers safety. The watcher studies everything quietly, reminding you of your younger self. You teach them to freeze when big shapes move in the distance. An adult T-Rex passes hundreds of meters away, never suspecting the dense shadows hide life. The wet season returns. Rivers swell. Pressure eases across the ecosystem. Carnotaurus are gone. Giganotosaurus follow giant herds. Spinosaurus spread along waterways. T.Rex still command the open and edges. You remain in the margins, the dense interior, the gray hours between night and day, where the dominant species never bothered to look. 1,000 days after hatching, you stand 8 meters long, and claws as formidable as ridges. Sunrise finds you already moving through the narrow window, before the forest belongs to the giants again. Ember guards the young. 7 hatchlings practice on insects and lizards, learning that quiet existence in the shadows is safer than loud boldness. You did not defeat the T-Rex. You did not outfight the Giganotosaurus, or outswim the Spinosaurus. You simply stopped competing on their terms. The ecosystem was a cruel experiment. 5 apex predators forced together for spectacle. The T-Rex won, as they always would. Everything else either adapted to the space they left, or disappeared. You adapted by becoming invisible, by wanting what they did not want, by building life in the gaps they never noticed. 7 hatchlings now learn the same quiet clock. Dawn hunts, dusk returns, the discipline of staying unseen. In an ecosystem engineered for extinction, that is the only victory that matters. You survived where bolder bloodlines ended. And someday your children will teach their own that the margins still hold life the giants never learned to see.